Hello Age of Empires 2 fans, it's me Glatose and today I'm bringing you another game of the Age of Empires 2. We are playing at Vubli and this is in Arabia if I'm not wrong. Let me check quick. Yes, this is Arabia. This was an arranged match between me and my opponent, the blue player, Mamad 777. So let's introduce the player. This is me, GLaDOS playing as a red color, and my civilization is Britons, an archer civilizations. And here we see the blue player, Mammoth, playing as the Goths, which you could say it's an anti-archer civilization. Now this was a random civilization choice because no one would choose Britons if he was going against the Goths, of course. No one, I think, is that suicidal. And let's watch the two players for a while as me and my opponent are building our economies. As you can see here, this is a standard procedure, at least for the blue player. He has six people on ship. Now he's luring his first boar, and here he has four villages on wood. So I think it's a very standard fast castle procedure. Um, and this is me. Uh, I have also lured one of my boars, and now I'm building a mill, and I have found, I think, all of my ships. I have a bad map, as you can see. My gold is exposed, it's in the front of my base. You could say that my two stones are this as well. This is my secondary gold. And I'm in a hole, as you can see, because there are elevation around my base. So if an enemy tries to attack me, I will have the hill disadvantage. So you could say that this is a very bad map for me. Um, However, the blue players' resources are not in a better position than mine. He has also his two gold stones, gold mining in front. Now he's luring his second boar, as you can see, and his two stone piles are also exposed. So this is a bad map in general, you could say, but it's a bad map for both the players. And as I said too many times, you see that I have speed up the game a little because when you were playing against, we had two noobs playing against each other, there's not a lot of action in the beginning of the game. It's very also because of that it's very difficult to find some good games to show to you guys because I'm trying to find in my archives, in my game library, games that are that that are somehow interesting to watch. There are a lot of games that I lose very early in the game, or there are a lot of games, or maybe some games that I win very easily. So, it's very difficult to find games that there are ups and downs, that either the players have the upper hand in some point of the game, that there are somehow equal players, and so it's an interesting game, and you could say also not just interesting, but at the same time somehow educational. So here I am milling these deers, as you can see. this is a good choice. One of the tips that I could tell to the other players, other beginner players, is that take advantage of all the food resources that are around your base. Don't take only the forage bushes and your sheeps. Lure your boar and take your deer. And if you find extra food resources, you should use them too. Let's see a little about the exploration of the map. I have a better exploration, as you can see in the map. I have almost 50% of the map explored. And my opponent, the blue player Mamat, has he doesn't know. Oh, he knows where I am. I think that I killed his scout, if I'm not mistaken, at some point. And now here he comes. This is an interesting choice with 4 scout cavalries. They have not any, however, upgrades, neither their armor nor their attack. But as you can see here, he killed one of my villagers, and he forced me to take my villagers into my town center. And here I am building 2 barracks. I don't know if I am overreacting or not. I'm building 2 barracks in order. Oh, there it is. A second villager 2 is down. So I have built 2 barracks in order to produce, I think, some spearmen or some pikemen. Here I found 2 ships, so my opponent didn't find all his ships. And I think that he hasn't taken his wild boar. I don't know why. At the same time, I'm in the castle age. I try to build here a town center to collect this wood and stone. I will manage to do it. Here comes the pikemen, as I said, with 1 upgrade in their armor. So I managed to counter this attack. However, as you can see, I am significant behind concerning the villagers. I am, I think, 6 villagers behind at this point. I don't know why I'm not taking these ships back to my base. This is a mistake for me. I should take these ships back and collect the food. And now the opponent player is going for some archers. You know, this is pretty unique. Because you could imagine that when a goth player goes to the castle age, the first thing to do is build a castle and then produce a lot of huskarls and raid the opponent's base until the opponent admit defeat. But however, he is not doing that. Here he has tried to wall, but my units, if I had chosen to attack, could pass through here. So you should always be very careful concerning your walling. And now I am taking these ships back, and my opponent is going with some crossbowman. It's not a bad choice, because my opponent knows that I have created some pikeman, so he's coming with some crossbowman. You see here that he has killed 2 of my villagers already. Now I'm building some archer range in order. I'm supposed to build some skirmishers. Um, I have a pretty protected, you could say, economy because I managed to build a second town center here. And now he is coming again. Maybe he will manage to kill another of my villagers. No. Here he doesn't pay attention. He loses one of his crossbowmen. And you can see that right now my opponent is in front of me with almost 20 villagers. No, not 20 villagers, eight villagers. But he has a lot of military units. See the general population here. And he is coming with more crossbowmen. I'm not sure why he chose to do this, why he is not choosing the safe way, you could say, which is Haskell's. I think it's an unorthodox uh, strategy, but it is a strategy that so far has put me in the wall, you know. I am cornered, and he might not be in the lead at the score right now, but he is doing pretty well. He has managed to have the control of most of the map. And as I said before, this is why this is a bad map for me. I have the hill disadvantage. Here I tried to pick the mangonel with my pikeman, but my pikeman is an easy prey for the crossbowmen. And now I have the lead skirmishers. I think that my opponent should use better his mangonel. He should try to take down my skirmishers with the mangonel and not the buildings. He's not paying attention, and I think that he will lose this mangonel. Also, another mistake from my opponent is that he has chosen to go for crossbowman, but he hasn't done any attack upgrades. Me, on the other hand, I have all the attack upgrades. My opponent had, I think, one armor upgrade. Let's see, yes. But concerning range units, you should always choose the attack upgrade first. So at this point, I'm still behind at the population, as you can see, almost 20 population behind. I am 12 villagers behind. I'm building here a castle in order to defend and not to take this hill and not have the hill disadvantage. I have also built a castle here, a defensive castle to protect this part of my economy because I have wood, I have stone, and I have gold here. So I don't want any disruption from my economy at this side. My opponent is collecting the relics. As I have said this many times, this is a pretty smart move to do, especially if you are one against one, one versus one, because you have to you have at sometime the gold resources, the gold piles will run out if the game takes too long. So the relic income is pretty crucial at this moment, but also earlier at the game because it gives you a little gold that you can use. You see here that my opponent continues to produce crossbowman. Other than that, he has one, two, three town centers. Yes, it's a standard Castle Age build with three town centers. He's doing pretty good with his villagers, and he is the first to click to go to the Imperial Age as well. But at this point, I'm beginning to think that he don't know how to play with Goths. Um, Here comes Ham Haskell's. Have in mind that one of the things that you should always do in Age of Empires 2 at the beginning of the game is to have a strategy. Your strategy will be different depending on the game, depending on the civilization you have, depending on the civilization your opponent or your opponents has, and also depending on the map. For example, um, uh, if you have a map that have seen it, you should build docks and take advantage of the fish that you can collect, and also maybe build a navy. Um, so it's different. You have a different strategy depending on the map. However, I could say that my opponent here maybe he likes archers in general, so even though he has goths, he has decided to build archers. At least now he has done the upgrades to the attack upgrades to his crossbowmen. He has Huskarls here as well, which is pretty good of him, but they are not. They have not armor upgrade nor attack upgrades, and now he's building barracks. The pretty standard procedure concerning goths and their strategy is to build as many barracks as you can and overflow your enemy. Here I will try to build a castle. My opponent, I think that he will see this castle. This is stupid of me because with these villagers I could attack this trapbuset. I don't know what this trapbuset is doing. This is pretty suicidal of him. He's going for my town center. Okay. You see here? No. Will I lose this? I can't believe it, but because of my noobiness, his strategy have worked, as you can see. Now I'm rebuilding my town center, and now I'm using these villagers to kill this Trabuset. But here you can see that I have a longbowman and elite skirmishers. Uh, these are not doing so well against Huskars. I am pretty lucky that he hasn't so many, but because he has come with Huskars, I am now producing a long swordman that have now become two-hand swordman. I like that my opponent have come with some hand cannoneers because if you want to counter Goths, one of the ways, and I think the best way if you have Britons, um, is to create two-handed swordman and the later champion. But however, the Goths have an answer to that too, and this is hand cannoneers. Of course, not only hand cannoneers, they can overproduce their own champions as well, even though they are a little weaker because they don't have the last defense upgrade. But they can certainly win by the numbers, and after that they have also hand cannoneers. And this is one of the reasons why I have chosen to go to longbowmen and not arbalest, because I want this extra range that my longbowmen have. You see here that he denied this castle, he destroyed my castle. Now I'm building a new one here. I have also some sneaky villagers here taking this gold, as you can see. I don't think that my opponent knows about this, no. This is one of the reasons why you should do a very good scouting. You see that I have done 70% of the map scouting and my opponent almost 50%. And now he's building some Harbalier. I don't know why. This is a very very bad choice because Harbalier are not good neither against my longbowman nor against my two-handed swordman. To be honest, it's exactly the opposite. um, they die pretty easily. I like this, however. I like scorpions. Yes, scorpion is a pretty good choice, especially against my two-handed swordman. Um, and here I collect a relic. Um, I think let's see how many relics has my opponent. My opponent has where is it? Here it is. Has one relic. I think that I have one relic as well. Or maybe two. No, two relics. Another two relics are here and here. So at this point and forward, I am ahead at relics as well. And here come Huskars. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. This is the power of the gods that they can produce too many military units in short time. And they see that because they are too many, they have destroyed, with the help of heavy scorpions right now, my champions, and they are going for my longbowman. Going back with my longbowman, and this is very wrong from my opponent. He should attack this castle with his elite Huskars. They might not be upgraded. However, they add Huskars, and elite Huskars have eight pierce armor. So he should not back down. He should attack these castles, or even better, pass buy these castles and go to my economy. But now he has given me the time to regroup my army. And you see now that I am building a lot of champions, which has also fully upgraded. This is one of the major mistakes that many players do. They don't do their armor technologies. Of course, I like this mix-up, uh, but it's a very big mistake from my opponent that he has not done his armor upgrades. And now I am attacking with champions and a link longbowman. You see here I have 12 raids, the maximum range. As I said before, I chose a link longbowman in order uh, to deal with any hand cannoneers or any onagers. I needed the extra range. And at this point I am in front of population. Um, you see here, this is a big mistake. My opponent has 112 villagers. Almost 30 more than me. But he has 63 villagers idle. This is a big mistake. I don't know if he's panicking right now. I don't know what to do. But you should press this idle button. You should press it. You see here, for example, this forest has run out. He should rearrange his lumberjack to somewhere else. Never don't leave any idle villagers, because you are losing resources for no reason at all. So here I'm pushing my opponent slowly, but I'm pushing him, and I don't know what he exactly tries to do at this moment. I think that he might is trying to rearrange his economy, uh, but in general you could say that it was a big mistake from him, that he didn't use Huskars early at the game and as his main unit, because he could easily destroy me. I had the civilization disadvantage, and now I'm going for his economy. He continues to have a lot of idle villagers. If they see them dropping, it's maybe because I'm killing them. Here he's trying to build a lot of barracks. Maybe now he would choose to go uh, Huskars. He certainly have the resources, some resources at least, but I think that at this point there is no he can't save the game, he can't save himself, and he don't either he don't produce any Haskell, he's producing champions, and this is a major mistake because I could handle them with my champions only. But now that I have a Ling Long Bowman, my opponent's champions can't do anything to me. So wrong unit choice. If you could learn something from this game is two things or three things, in my opinion. One, choose your units correctly, because it will affect the game and how the game run. One is that. The second thing, this is the G. The second thing is click the idle villagers button. Don't leave any villagers idle. And the third thing you could say is do your upgrades at the blacksmith. It's very important. Okay, so this is the achievements. You see that I had a much better killed and lost ratio. At some point I managed to have a largest army, although my opponent had the most army at the most point of the game. For some reason, although he had more villagers, I had a better resources collection. Maybe because his villagers were idle, as I said. We made it to feudal at the same time. I went to Castle Elite much better, maybe because he did the scout rush, if you remember, but he beat me in Imperial. Here are the castles and the relic. You see here that he had his villager high was 115 and mine was 18. So this was for today, guys. I'm trying to bring you games that, as I said in the beginning of this video, are at the same point interesting and educational. It's not easy with noobs players, you know, but I'm doing my best. I hope you like this video, and I hope that you watch another of my videos as well. So take care and goodbye.